Hi everyone, the Mature Simmer here. Welcome to this week's Mods Worth Noting. So I know I missed a week, I apologize for that. Just got busy and didn't get done, so this will be a little bit bigger. I mean, it's going to cover 2 weeks, but doesn't mean that we're going to have more mods. It really just depends what came out. Okay, so we start with a totally goofy mod. It's the Dirtynator. So basically it takes a power washer and makes it help you get vehicles dirty instead of clean. Just reverses the operation. So you can see here, it just like spews mud out of the nozzle instead of water. If you need something like this or want to play around with it, now we've got a mod for it. So this one, covered pile storage, again takes the normal 3-bay shed here that you'd use to park vehicles and has turned it into covered pile storage for, all these items that you can see here. Not incredibly expensive, but it looks like you can hold 1,000,000 liters. It's got trigger points for dump and removal and works across all platforms. So again, if you're looking for something like this and it's like, yep, this would be great for the farm I'm playing, here you go. Alright, so this will get just a passing mention because it did come out since I did Mods Worth Noting, but absolutely worth noting. Precision Farming DLC direct from Giants has come out. I've got several videos on the channel about it and how to use it and things I've learned with the crop sensors and so forth, so check those out. So I don't normally do updates to mods on Mods Worth Noting, but this one I'm going to make an exception on, which is Fenceless Husbandries that I covered in a previous episode. And the reason I'm making the exception is they've now added the ability to use these on console as well. So if you're a console player and want Fenceless Husbandries, you can now look this up and get the update as of April 20th. Alright, I'm going to be honest, this one caught my attention because of the big green spikes. But Rapid Euro 4 push mower that you can utilize on hills. It's indicating it's good for steep hillsides. I don't know if they truly have adjusted grip or anything like that to make it simpler. So I thought this one was kind of clever. If you want something more than just, hey, the power washer and I pull up to it, you want truly a washing station. They've got this designed in a way that you pull in and, it protects your power washer from the elements and so forth. You've obviously got clearance issues, so you might not be able to get everything you want in here, but definitely caught my eye and definitely something interesting. But as I look at one of the screenshots, it looks like this harvester actually got in with no problem, so that's just me, the silly American who can't translate meters into feet, and thought maybe that wasn't that as big as it is. So unlike the other big brush mowers that are available in the game, this one definitely caught my eye. It's only $200. Obviously has a very tiny working width because it's a hand tool. But if you need to get rid of some brush and don't want to spend a ton of money for a massive brush mower, this might definitely fit the bill. So I always love older tractors or older implements and so forth. So when I see them and they look like they're done pretty well, give you some options, I definitely want to showcase them here. So this one, International 2+2 Series by EY Modding across all platforms. Looks like it gives you 3 different tractor types from International that you can use that are, an older model. So Grain Mill Extended from Omatana that does a lot of production buildings that I've talked about before. Basically you can make flour from corn and other grain types. So it doesn't include a screenshot of what those grain types might be, so I don't know what they are, but obviously it also gives you a different look, and it can do pig food as a byproduct of flour production in addition. So again, I'm a huge fan of production buildings because I think that's, again, the unique FS22 experience that we can get that we really couldn't in FS19. So I love when I see new productions. So this is a cool twist, Hydroponics Greenhouse. So you can see a completely different look inside. Exactly what it says. You're growing by hydroponics, but then basically the production rate's 2 times greater than a basic greenhouse. So totally not realistic, but a whole lot of fun, and again from Alien Jim, so I know it's going to be a great thing. The teleport device. So you can place a teleport device and it'll just transport you somewhere that you normally can't get to. So why not? So this one doesn't really introduce anything new other than just visuals, but it basically replaces your dairy and your grain mill with kind of old style European versions of them. They produce the same products for the most part, just gives you a different look. So this one caught my attention. For those of you who have been following my survival series, Risu Forest, I ran into an issue where the sawmill filled up. Kind of didn't realize it, and it just kind of quote stopped working. So this production point selling fix takes care of that, where basically you can sell goods at a production point and they're not stored there anymore. The goods only get stored if somebody actually bought the production point. So obviously it's only for PC. You can only solve that problem there. Alright, so another new production, if you like to use the twine and net wrap, which is also created by DD Mod Passion, you can see they've got links to those add-ons here, which basically increases the realism of your baling by including the twine and net wrap. You now have a spinnery that manufactures those products for you. So a bit of a quality of life mod and also a finance mod, free water pumps and tanks. So the base game items, you're buying water. This eliminates that, and it also gives you the ability to hide the markers if you'd like and kind of clean up your interface. Alright, somehow I feel I may have covered this. Maybe someone else did a different one. It says it's new, so I'm covering it because it's a new production of donuts. And who doesn't like donuts? You can create glazed strawberry or chocolate donuts. Terrific. And they're all liftable by hand, the pallets that they deliver. So if you've been looking for a tiny wooden chicken coop, this one takes 15 chickens. Very inexpensive. Definitely something that might be usable on a survival series or something else that you're short on cash but want to get some chickens going. All right, another production building, old grain mill. If you just want an old windmill to make your grain, this is it. So not my cup of tea because I'm not necessarily looking to make things more difficult for myself in game, but if you want a speed camera and you want to get fined if you're driving too fast, here you go. Right now it looks like the mod just does it at 50 kilometers per hour, but they're going to adjust it in the future to allow you to set the speed limit when placing it. So if you've got some orchards, want some really old tractors, this Lizard T25A T30A80 pack is exactly what you've been looking for. Inexpensive tractors that work in orchard work and are obviously vintage. So an alternative to the tab key, enter closest vehicle, actually lets you jump to the vehicle that's nearby instead of the tab sequence that the game creates. So as they mention here, between the combine and the tractor, if you're just hopping around, or obviously the tractor or the combine in a truck as you're unloading, this can solve that problem for you. So if you just want to increase your diesel to $2.10, increased diesel price is what you're looking for. Okay, so this one's very intriguing. VIP Order Manager. It really gives you something that you can center a different type of gameplay around. So basically what they do is they give you a list of orders that you have to deliver product to. And you have to do them in sequence, and you get a higher and higher payout, but they get more and more complicated. You get more products. So you can see level 3 here, just straw and sunflowers. Level 4 was wood and tomatoes, but then you've got slurry wood and oat, and then here you've got 4 different products, including grape juice, honey. So you're suddenly needing animals or productions and so forth versus raw products at the beginning. And so you can see you've got ability to show the orders on your screen so that you can see what you're trying to work toward, and you can abort them and basically then start over, and I assume the game then generates, or the mod generates a new sequence for you. The modder mentions that they've optimized this. They like playing with small fields, so it's optimized for that, but it does take into account the area owned in the calculation of what it gives you. So I'm assuming that that means it's not something that's going to be incredibly difficult for you to fulfill, but definitely something that really adds a different spin to Farming Simulator. Alright, so that gets us caught up with all the mods since last time. Hope you've enjoyed this. I'll see you next time.